I think I actually like that. Well, I did like the organ taking the melody, but I prefer
Why not
that.
both?
Yeah, good point.
No. Keep it there,
Oh,
and play from
sorry.
measure seven so you can feel.
I understand. I thought you like walk the bass
Oh,
to it so it doesn't sound so just like, oh my God.
yeah. All right. Okay. So G, and then on the next measure, make it go up to A. So I would also to add to your notes. So what we all the things you just listed, move it left or right, up or down, give it to a different instrument. Label all of that under. You can call it like displacement. You can call it transition. I wouldn't call it because there's different words for that, but the idea of it is moving, taking something and moving it somewhere else, and that's a good way to condense the idea and also leave it open enough that when you look at something new and you're like, I don't know what to do with this, you can have, based on the situation, moving something somewhere else might mean something completely different, like
Yeah.
very very different. But that's a good way to conceptualize that as a group, and then you
Hello, hello. How you doing?
doing all right.
One second. I'm gonna put in. All right. I can hear you now.
Cool. So today, how are we doing it? Am I sharing the screen or are you sharing the screen?
Um, I'm not sure. Probably I'll share the screen to start.
Okay.
I forget. Do I need to stream? I need to stream Ableton to have you be able to hear it, I think.
We'll see.
So, this week, what I would like to focus on. So, I'm going to tell you how my practicing has been going, and I think, uh, like my way of approaching music, which I think is wrong. I think I need to. Anyway, let me first talk to you about it.
Okay.
So what I've been doing is I've been making a lot of little like just um
Ideas.
little jams ideas, yeah.
Okay.
Make them an 8 bar loop or something. I always have a one and a two. So I start out with one, and for this one, the one is just here, wait, let me pull up the chords so I can easily see them. The one is just G minor to D minor, and we're in the key of G minor. Um, and then I'll make it two to make it sound different, which is basically just changing the chords. Anyway, I do that a lot. Um, However, just this week I listened to like Abbey Road, and I listened to um, Currents by Tame Impala. Basically, I listened to some albums that I like,
Mm-hmm.
and I noticed that the ones and twos like
Yeah.
have this ability to sound like complementary but still very different, and I have no idea how to do that. Like, because here, let me play the one and two for you. Or wait, first, do you, is it a good idea to play the one and two for you?
Yes, and also I can hear it. That's good.
Okay, that is good.
All right. Okay.
Oh,
First of all, I actually really like that melody you got for the bass. The sound selection is pretty cool. It does have a vibe. I like this one. Uh,
thank you.
but I want to ask you. Number one, I want you to tell me where do you think the B well, we so instead of one and two, we usually say like part A, part B, part C, etc. So where do you think
Okay.
where's the B section for this?
Um, Probably here. Like this is part like A A1 maybe. Like this is just the melody brought up an octave.
Mm-hmm.
These change a bunch, or the arpeggiating stops. So I would definitely say here when it changes the mood, I guess.
I'd agree. Okay, so that's where it is, and I want you to tell me: do you think it's too similar or too distant from the A right now?
I think it's too distant.
Really?
Like, well,
You
here,
know,
one
I
sec.
didn't mean to change your answer. Tell me why you think it's too distant.
Because like here, maybe I just the rhythm feels off, but like I also like the idea of the quarter. By the way, don't mind the like overlaps. I just did that because if I don't do that, then there's no like
Slide.
slurring between the
Yeah, the
notes.
portamento is actually nice. I'd keep it. I wouldn't touch it. All
The
right. So,
what?
oh, it's called portamento. Like if you're playing a string like a cello or something and you slide it, it's called portamento, and that's typically what they call it for the synths too.
Okay,
But that's a fun little word for you. Um,
good to know. Portamento.
mhm. So I actually feel like it's too. I feel like it's too similar. So two
Okay.
things that okay. So it's cool because we're getting into some concepts I've been trying to lay out things that usually people don't have words for. But let's say we're talking about oof man. Okay. Usually when I was expecting to be more prepared for this and I'd have like examples and stuff to compare it to. But let's say we're Bach, right? And
Okay.
he's known for Bach and Beethoven especially. They're known for taking very small amount of material and they weave it into a very large piece. So what happens is we have to change the material, correct? Otherwise, it's literally the same thing, right?
Yeah.
But if we change the material a lot, then it's no longer recognizable. It becomes something different, right?
Yeah.
So now the question is, what types of transformations can we do that make the material unique, but keep it as similar as possible? It would be you'd probably assume there's a natural gradient, like certain types of transformations keep them more similar, and certain types of transformations make them a little bit more distant. And you would be correct, although for some reason it's never. I don't think anyone's actually like just codified it, but what I'm getting to is if you want something to sound the same, number one, the best option, not I shouldn't say the best, but the most simplest option, you can think of this as like if we are artists, if I have a bunch of I have a circle, right? My entire painting is
Yeah.
just a big circle, right? No, the easiest thing I can do while still making it obvious, everyone still knows it's a circle, is I can just change where it is. I can take the giant circle and I can move it to the left. I can move it to the right. I can move it down. Right. Let's say there's two objects, a square and
Right.
a circle. And then the other one that's also technically the same thing is if we just change their color. I call it just a displacement. We put it in a different place, right? So we can change the
Hmm.
background around it. We can change the harmony, right? The color behind the circle for the background, or we can just move
Hey,
it
wait.
somewhere else.
I need to. I'm gonna write this down. I find I remember and actually use the concepts from the teachings if I write them down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you can either change the context
Mm-hmm.
behind the melody.
Yeah. Or
You
just
can move
move
it
it.
up or down. I knew that one.
Yeah. And you did a good job of moving it up an octave when you came back to A. That's good. What we're looking for now, since we're going to a B section, we want it to be more different, right? If we, I also think of this, I call it displacement because it's literally just take something, move it somewhere else. Like this would be the same thing you hear a ton in more orchestral works for symphonic stuff. You just take the melody from the oboe and then you give it to the bassoon, and then you give it to the French horn, and then you give it to the basses, and so on and so forth. It's the exact same thing. It's just somewhere else, but you just double the amount of music you've made by doing that, and it's effective. It works because it's different enough. Just moving somewhere else. When we want it to be slightly more different, obviously there's more different types of transformations, but I think we can get away with just displacing something here. And another creative way of thinking of displacing something, we can take the melody from, or one of the notes from another instrument and then put it on our bass, and take the notes from our bass and put it somewhere else. And you'll notice this makes a bigger difference than you might expect. So we're going to do this a little bit chaotically because that's how cool creative stuff happens. You might want to
Okay.
copy that area from like measure 9 to measure 13. Like copy all of it, move it somewhere else because we're about to change it.
Oop. Oh, come on.
There we
Oh,
go.
there we go.
Okay, so back where we're actually at 9 to 13, I want you to get rid of what you have for the base. Just like delete it. Don't worry, we have another copy. Oh, not that. Like the actual moving one that has quarter notes at this point, I think. Yeah. There you
Oh,
go. Just
this
delete
one.
it
The
mercilessly.
supposed melody.
All right. So take your melody from part A in the bass.
Yeah.
Just get four measures from it, so like 5 to 8 or whatever, and I want you to move it to one of your
I
other
mean,
instruments.
it's the exact same.
I don't even know what the other instruments are. Just put it there, and then swap it out with the bass.
Okay.
All right. Let's see what happens. We'll probably have to move their octave.
Oop. Uh,
Oh yeah, the
no.
bass shouldn't be playing chords though, but
Wait, say again?
the bass probably shouldn't be playing chords, and we might have to move it up an octave. But I'm curious what happens. Let's listen first. Okay,
Okay,
the
wait.
first two actually weren't bad.
I'm just gonna delete everything but the top note and
Okay,
move this down an octave. Is this playing? Yeah, it is.
come on.
Okay,
Okay,
maybe
that's
move
turning it
this
to a
to.
march with the bass. So get rid of the bass just entirely. Just keep it out and see
Okay,
what happens.
I think it would also sound better if it was on the organ
Okay.
instead of this pluck, because that pluck is definitely more of a. Okay.
Okay, I actually really like the idea of whatever instrument now takes the lead, having it play the melodic line actually feels good to me. Like I feel like that's a good
Yeah,
contrast. We'll change the
I
melody though.
do agree.
Say again?
I agree.
Okay, so let's change the melody. Here's one way if I want it to sound really unique is I would take all of this, and if there's a command for it in Ableton, you can just reverse the interval. So like if it goes 5 notes up, it'll go 5 notes down for between like the interval will just go upside down, and then we'll see what we can make of that if there's a way to do that. Okay,
Uh,
if not, is there a way to turn them backwards, just like from right to left?
Probably, but I would imagine it's hidden somewhere.
Okay.
Maybe I can do reverse.
Oh,
Oh,
well,
okay.
okay. Let's see what that
Yeah,
does.
reverse.
That actually,
Yeah, that wasn't too bad. I
yeah,
definitely would have to move these things around so they don't clash as much.
yeah.
But
We're on to something, and it's unique, and it's not like we know for a fact we can prove it like mathematically that this came from our original material. Like it's not something completely different. That's just I think
yeah,
that's just like literally just a fact. So that's actually very powerful. Even if we won't recognize it hearing it. That's still it's still it still comes from the melody, and we can hear it at least subconsciously in some way.
yeah. So all we really did, we literally just reversed it.
Yeah.
So now it's probably not going to sound like ideal though. Wait,
Yeah.
I'm going to play it one more time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, oh, I need to. That actually does sound pretty good.
Yeah. So I
Maybe I
take.
don't change it at all.
Wait. I will make a suggestion here because there's like the chords don't completely agree with it. So it's the
Yeah,
first
that
part
is
of it
true.
goes da da dum. Go ahead and resolve that to bum.
Is that
Eh.
probably
If we're in the
A?
key of G minor. And I would
Yeah.
just hold the A
Uh,
and make that. I
okay.
think is that. I'd make that D G sharp at the very end, and I'd move that D natural that you have. I'd actually just move that back, like same note, just
Wait.
start later and make the
So wait.
A last longer. Sorry, I'm a little bit into
The
backseat producing
this
that.
note.
So the very last note, the highest note, yeah, this one, that
Well,
one should be longer. The one you just highlighted, the A. A should be longer. Puts the D somewhere later, and then the that highest note, try F sharp, and try to
okay.
make it all the way to the end. And you'll have to like mute or whatever. Oh, okay, you can delete too. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah. You can keep it. You can put it back. I don't like the G, but I would have you experimenting for a while. I can't quite hear where I want it to go yet.
I don't know.
All right, that's fine. And let's try. We're gonna make it more different. So, number one, when we do reversing stuff, it's like as you'd imagine, the longer the material it is, the more distant reversing it is, right? If we have a melody that just goes
Yeah.
bum 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 bum, reversing that's easy to recognize. Bum 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 bum. We hear that, right? The
Right.
longer it
Yeah.
is, the less recognizable it is when we do something like reversing it or inverting it, like turning it from bum 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 to bum 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 bum. Like the longer it is, the less recognizable it is. Doing this
Yeah.
here, it's just its own unique thing. If we wanted to make it go even further away, which I may or may not, I would take the look at whatever you're playing the chords and maybe try using instead of doing plucks, try doing a pad, make them all long.
Okay.
So again, it's still literally the same material. We're just changing the sound. So just displacing again.
Let's just do this one. I don't know if it'll sound good, but
Yeah, just
it's
try.
okay. Come on.
Cool.
There we go.
Yeah, I would go back and double check the harmony, but I don't know if we have time for that. We'll just imagine it's fine. We'll try
Or
from the beginning this
honest,
time.
the thing is, this is the B section, so these chords are
Oh, different.
different here.
Oh, okay.
If I do it over the A section chords, it'll sound better. And I'm also just gonna take that out. And I'm also gonna take that out. Uh, should I keep? Sure, I'll keep the arpeggios. I don't really. Oh crap. Okay. So start from the beginning.
Mm-hmm. So,
Um, well, for one, the organ was too quiet, but I did like it. But I'm confused. So right now, if we're changing it to a different instrument, right?
mm-hmm.
Um, you said that changing to a different instrument with the same melody is different, but now we're changing to a different instrument with a different melody. So isn't it now like kind of doubly different?
Yeah. My goal with this one was to make it more distant. It felt too
So
samey to me.
uh, I kind of want to see how it sounds if I put it in the synth
Go
or
for
the
it.
bass. Okay. I think I actually like that. Well, I did like the organ taking the melody, but I prefer
Why not
that.
both?
Yeah, good point. All right. I think also what I accidentally did here is something that I really struggle to do when I'm writing melodies is the top bottom thing. Because every time, like, look at the bass note,
Mhm,
well, not completely here. It kind of jumps two here, but it goes down by one
mhm.
very nicely. And I really struggle to do that when I'm writing melodies, is have the top and the bottom note go where I want them to, because like I know that the top note should be going up, but whenever I make it go up, it sounds like doo doo. And then when I make it go down, then or like stay the same, then when I get to the like bar 16 or whatever, they're not where I want them to be to create the nice resolution of them both converging. And that's like what you talked about.
Yeah. So
I'm not sure how much I should focus on that,
yeah, the
honestly.
converging thing is if it happens, if you see the opportunity, you take it, but that's not something that needs to happen to make it strong.
Okay.
Although it's you'll notice by keeping that in mind as you write more, as you keep it in mind, the more often it happens and the more satisfying your melodies tend to be. But don't I wouldn't obsess over it.
Don't use it. You don't focus on it. Just kind of have it be. Oh, it'd be cool if I could go up here, but it doesn't really work. So
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
Okay.
All right. Something I noticed. So, what do you feel the contrast in this B section is now? Is it more active than the first part? Is the articulation different? Like it's all marchy, and the other part is nice and smooth and melodic, or what do you feel the contrast is? It's supposed to be higher energy or lower energy?
1 second. I have to listen. It's when it starts, it's darker. It is a lot more steppy, and like these chords definitely add like a different texture to it. I almost feel like I want to not take out the, or sorry, that's something for later. Um, I find it hard to describe it. I'm gonna listen to it one more time
Okay.
because I want to learn. I'm doing like ear training, and every so often I'll listen to something, or I'm doing ear training. You're my teacher. Every so often I'll listen to something, and I'll be like, "Oh, that's a sixth," and it's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I still don't really get um, feelings. I can't articulate like how it feels all the time. So
Okay.
I'm gonna listen to it one more time. Um, it's a lot more rigid, it feels. I mean,
Interesting.
definitely because I didn't make the notes smooth into each other. I forgot the word already. But
Yeah, I'd make the especially at the beginning the da 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 ba. Make sure that those notes are touching at the end. Yeah, portamento or I'd say just say legato as long as they're touching. Um, I feel this is a taste in melody. I feel like it's moving a bit too much. Like there's some notes I would take out and just make other ones longer. But this works. I don't want to get all nitpicky. There's something that is bothering me that we do need to address though. Um, this one, so the B section, we know it's going back to A, right? That's its job.
yeah,
Right now, I don't feel like it's doing its job very well, and that means
no.
it's just literally just the last chord. If we change it a bit, let's take the G and make it an A this time. Okay, that'll help. And I would change the harmony. I would actually change the chord. Do something to give it a little bit more tension. It can be the same root note. Sometimes we
Okay.
can use the exact same notes. If we had a spread voicing, we bring the voicing closer and it feels tense. It feels almost like a different chord sometimes. In this case, we're already kind of close together. What do we have?
We have D major or D minor, and I'm kind of wanting to change it to the A diminished, I guess, with the F not on F sharp but on normal F, so it doesn't move as much.
Okay, I hate how hard it is to read music from the MIDI roll, but I think that's A C. So it's like an F7, right?
A C,
E flat. Huh? Okay, that's
yeah,
an
it is an
interesting way
F7.
to get. We're about to go back to G, correct?
Yeah, no, I
Whoa,
shouldn't do
I'm
that.
curious. No, no, no. Let's keep that because the
Okay.
A to B flat makes sense. E flat to D, that's a half step. So the voice tuning makes sense. It's a not the typical motion, but I keep that. Wait. Oh yeah, that is okay. Sorry, we are repeating that chord.
And then I also have to,
And make
no,
sure
I
that
don't have to
that's the
change the
very last
bass.
measure of the B section, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no, that is
E-
the first half. So now I also change this one to be
Yeah, make it whatever was
back.
before.
Yeah, Fischer's G minor, because this is G minor, right? G, A sharp, D. Wait,
Yeah, G minor
it's an
7.
F on the top.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm not sure.
I mean, if that's what it was there, we'll keep it.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was that. And I wrote it. Okay, F, D, A, F. Okay, cool.
Okay, so now all we need to do is resolve that. Bum, bum. Put a G in the. I put it in the other voice, the one that doesn't go back to the not bass thing. Just add that note on top and keep the other MIDI there. And we'll
Okay,
see. It depends how long we want that G to be. We can hold it for maybe 3 counts and get away with it.
that long or?
Let's try it. I'm actually not sure.
Oh, I actually really like that.
Yeah, it if we had a reverb on it, that would be perfect. But you might have to like automate it just so it's big there and only there.
Oh yeah. By the way, that is another lesson for the future. I would really like to learn all of this stuff.
Okay. We're when you can finish an arrangement, then we'll do that.
Yeah,
You're close.
that's a fair um, statement.
Yeah. You're really close though.
It does not feel that way. Every time I try to continue something, I whatever.
We're working on it. We're working on it, right?
Yeah, yeah. So, okay. We we changed this melody, gave it to a different instrument.
Okay, wait. How did we change that melody? How did that
We,
happen?
we literally copy pasted melody one,
Yep.
reversed it, and then moved it around a few notes so it sounded right.
Hmm.
Um, and then we changed one chord right before to make it more tense.
Yeah. I would
Uh,
personally add. I feel like we can add another note. Make it.
oh, I also have to change this chord real quick.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Uh, what did I change it to? F7? F7 also did work pretty well.
Yeah. So I'm thinking of it now. It'd be like the that anime chord walk up, like the flat six, flat seven, one kind of thing. So flat seven would be the F, except it's also a dominant chord. That's kind of cool. I like it. Maybe we could maybe make that minor. And that would give it more tug, like the A flat to the G, but it might be a bit too dramatic. I don't know. Um, yeah, let's keep just F7 for now. And if you want, you can
Okay.
try throwing other notes on top and see what happens.
Okay. So should I just go for a listen through and like,
Yeah, I think we're honestly, I think we're done. If I remember, there wasn't anything else that bothered me, if I remember correctly.
okay. All right, I'm gonna just give it a 1 second.
Yeah. If
That
only
does
that
sound,
could naturally, very naturally fade out on that G.
yeah.
Also, the beginning part, it's a little bit too literal when we repeat. You could make a small adjustment. So like ba-da, ya-da-da, da-da, ya-da-da, ba-da, ba, ba-da, 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 something like that would be nice. Or you can literally just change the last part. So what is it? Da-da-da-da, ba-da, ba-da-da. Like go down instead of going up on the very last note of the melody. So the one at the end that's an octave higher, that one's already good. I wouldn't change that one. But like the
So
first two at the
you're talking
beginning,
about
I'd make the
this one.
second one at least a little bit different somehow, just something.
Yeah.
But but
Here,
that
wait.
that that's serviceable now. Like that's just me being picky.
No, wait. I don't know.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Like this is already fine. Like it passes.
Yeah, because something else I do often is I feel like it either repeats too much
Hmm.
or it doesn't repeat enough.
Hmm.
Uh, Usually I feel like I'm on the it doesn't repeat enough, so like
Yeah.
doesn't sound cemented enough before I change it.
Yeah.
Uh, so this one I tried to go for just repetition.
That's perfectly
Uh,
fine. I'd say like this. Usually the default that one's better to default to in terms of if you're just trying to build for practice like an arrangement something that makes sense. The making sense part default to repeat, and that's fine.
okay. Well, if this one's good,
Hmm.
um, I have a lot more we could go
Oh,
through.
wait. One thing. Do you have like a just like a sub bass, something that's like a sine wave sound?
Uh, I'm not sure. I mean, definitely, but
Bass.
I'd have to find it.
Okay. Anything that says, "Oh, that's kind of sick, but too much, too intense." What about ominous? Oh no, close.
Sub 808s. I should write a hip hop thing with 808s.
Okay, try the sub stomach. That's fine. Just put a new MIDI channel because I just want you to hear one thing. It's it's like begging for. So right when we start the B section, just put a big fat low G. like the lowest octave that makes a sound. I mean, I didn't mean all the way, but we'll see what that sounds like. Okay, so we're walking to it. Start from the end of A section.
End of A section.
Yeah, so like play like from measure seven or something. No. Keep it there,
Oh,
and play from
sorry.
measure seven so you can feel.
I understand. I thought you like walk the bass
Oh,
to it so it doesn't sound so just like, oh my God.
yeah. All right. Okay, so G, and then on the next measure, make it go up to A, and then
Okay.
we'll see how far we can walk. We'll see if we can get away with G, A, B flat, C. Oh, make measure two. Measure two is A, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
uh,
If I'm
yeah, you're right. You
yeah,
know you are right.
B flat, and then it needs to lead somewhere. A B flat and then D, and D is
Yeah,
gonna
D.
sound wild over the F chord because now we have like a flat nine. But I was looking for more tension. Perhaps it's
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
it's fine.
Oh, that is a line of tension.
All right.
I think they're kind of nice though.
You can go back to the A for that last measure if you want. That agrees with the F7, but
I'm
I mean
gonna
if you
keep it
like it, you can
on.
keep it.
Well,
Do as you please.
the C would also work.
Yeah, C works.
I feel like it wants to just like
Yep,
tease out
needs to go to
the
D.
D.
That's the only issue.
Oh, that's like a D on the octaves three. There we go.
There you go.
Oh wait, what if I fucking did that? I don't know how this is.
Try it. Try it.
Okay.
We always listen first. Maybe one octave higher for G. Just bring it back to G.
To G.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
That G, right? G1.
I think so. Whatever G you had before.
Yeah, G1. Nice.
That
Okay.
works. Alright. Cool. Yeah, we're done with this one.
Okay. Um, so let's just open up a different one that and do just around the same thing. So this one I actually not sure. By the way, this was me messing around with
The effects.
um,
That's fine.
the effects. Most of them are off. Um, let me just push it all to the front so you can just listen to it. Or yeah, I'll give you a listen then. And it just repeats. It's a 4-bar loop. I don't really. I was iffy on the bass. I'm not sure how much I liked it. Um, I did like the drums a lot. I just I downloaded some Game Boy drums off of the internet, and they're pretty cool. But I'm not sure if this. So okay, I'm gonna just try to make a B section, literally doing exactly. So invert. There's solos.
Ooh.
No, that sounds like dog.
That actually would be cool if it kept going up. Make it a sequence. Dum bum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum dum 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 dum. And that would be a cool transition, but uh I I don't know if we want to do that immediately after the first round.
Yeah.
Uh
Um,
but I have wait before we what's the most important part? What's the main thing going on in this track?
Right now, it feels like the bass.
Yeah, it should be the bass. So two things about that. Number one, we're not getting into mixing, but it needs to be louder. And my what I'm hearing when I say louder here, it's like, wait, I actually like what's going on with this sound. I like where it's at, but it's just missing something. And when it's missing something, I've come to realize when it's missing something, you don't keep tweaking it. You just add another layer that does the exact same thing, just plays the same notes, just another layer.
So just
Yep, and
uh,
pick a bass. That deep bass sounded kind of cute to me.
that one.
No, I think it was called FM Deep. Yeah,
Oh, that one.
yeah. I'm curious what that works with video game sounds. Just copy paste.
Oh, there we
That feels
go.
good.
Okay. So does
So
that mean when I'm tweaking to continue, should I mess with the bass more or?
you have to do something with the bass. You have to do it.
Okay.
If it's the most important part, then that's all we're
Yeah.
focusing on. And if it stays the same, then it feels like nothing changes. If you're trying to
Okay.
look for more contrast. Something
Okay.
else with my question, the first question, we said that the bass is the most important part, right?
Yeah.
So let's ask ourselves, what are we doing to complement the bass? Especially like what's going on most interesting with it is the rhythm. What are we doing that actually complements the bass rhythm?
Uh, it seems like it's I did the tried and true sync with the kicks.
Hmm.
Dum, dum. Yeah, like right there, that's synced with the kicks.
And what about the other instruments though? Are they
Oh,
complementing?
this is yeah, definitely. Dun dun dun. This is like completely on the bass's rhythm.
What about the chords though?
Uh, they are not.
Okay, so that's what we're gonna do for our B section. I want you to take the chords. I might just put it on a pluck, like a different instrument, to make sure that we hear the rhythm, and then I just take the same chords and just make them have the same rhythm as the bass. So again, this is again we're literally just taking the rhythm from the bass and we're putting it on our chords. We're just moving stuff
Okay.
around.
I'm not sure how that's gonna sound, but
I actually like the one above it. If this one doesn't work, we try the next one. But you can keep that though. Let's try it.
okay. Uh, copy paste. Here, wait.
Is there a way to like view the bass MIDI while you do it?
I'm just gonna copy paste that
Okay.
because if the bass follows the drums,
Okay.
Uh, oh wait, that deleted.
Oh well.
Shit. Okay. Can literally tell how I put how we made the bass rhythm. Okay.
Cool. And then
Yeah,
you'll
that
have to
deleted it.
shorten them.
There we
Unfortunately,
go.
this is a little bit of a manual process.
Yeah, that's okay. Wait, is this chord only 3 notes? I think it is. Okay. One sec.
All right.
Let's do this. This will make it easier. There.
All right.
All right. All the notes.
And then move
Beautiful.
the blank drum MIDI up a few octaves just so you can see it. Yeah.
Okay.
Even more, like put it right in the middle, so you don't have to scroll up and down. And the best part is you don't need to care about what note it's on. We're just stealing the rhythm. There you go.
Yeah, right there.
And if this one is plucky, make them short. Keep them nice and short.
Okay.
There you go. It really is these tiny little things. Sometimes doing stuff like this actually helps clear your ear too, so you're not listening to the music too forever and ever. And it's
Yeah.
also kind of relaxing. Just very simple things, and you have no idea what it sounds like, so there's a little bit of
Um,
anticipation to it.
should I change these chords at all, or just like
I
mute
just get
it,
rid
or
of them.
just keep them?
Just get rid of them. Don't play them at the same
Yeah.
time as the plucked ones.
Okay, yeah, that does make sense.
You can maybe get it to a
Okay,
different instrument, but we'll worry about that after we hear it.
okay,
Okay, so
okay. I
what
didn't
we
like the
can
sound of
do?
pluck.
Say again.
I don't think the sound of the pluck works. What were you saying?
So there's room. I can hear like a melody about to emerge from those chords. There, we'd have to change some of the. What you can do is change just the top note of each chord, and we can make a little melody out of that. It can maybe be the
Okay,
same melody or something different. I prefer something different. And then
so this is a A9.
it's just yeah, it's a stack of fifths. You can actually get away with a number of things here. We can pretend it's A minor and like C D E. Let's try it. Yeah, let's try it. The simplest option is usually the best. Try B C D E and see what happens. I don't even remember what key we said we were in.
I don't know what key we're in.
Okay, let's hear it.
I'm betting A minor because
Probably.
I wrote multiple things in A minor.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that works.
Boom, boom.
Dun dun. I feel like it wants to go down.
Go for it. It's all you need.
So this is F major.
Hmm.
So D C D. No, not end on D.
You
D C
can do
A.
B. It was F major 7 before, so B's kind of okay. And plus, it's a passing note. We can excuse that.
Why is B okay? Because in F major,
This is a very that's a very good question. I don't have time to answer it right now.
okay,
We'll talk
cool.
about it after. Just remember to
And
ask.
then E B. This is E minor 9, or no, E minor 7. Um, B E to D 7. Yeah, that sounds fine. Um,
Give me some
I'm just gonna.
leaps. Some like A to E kind of action. A to D or A to E. And again, you can do this randomly. We already have a start of a good melody, so now we're just gonna see what happens, and our ear will very likely guide us from.
Can you put F over E minor?
I would not.
Okay.
F sharp is fine. Might conflict with the rest of the melody because we've been playing F,
No,
but there's
I
enough
don't. I
distance.
don't.
Okay.
I'll just play G. I actually don't mind that.
Yeah, there's
Da-na-na,
try repeating a few notes.
na.
Some of those notes need to stay the same every once in a while.
Okay. Da, no, I like B to D more than C to D. Oh wait, do I? Where should I C
I
to
like
D?
that one.
The B to D?
C to B to D, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. E E D C B D D A E. Okay, yeah. Ends on E over E minor. That sounds great. Okay. And then G B F A D.
Okay.
That's G9,
Yep.
right? G. Okay. Um, yeah, D works here. E to D. D.
Let's make it go high.
Uh,
Just because. I like the G
okay.
you
I'm
played
gonna just.
earlier. Yeah, we can do A. Try GGA or GAG or GEG. Maybe GDG. I don't know. We're just trying
I'm
stuff
gonna
right
go
now.
GGA.
All right, let's see what happens. Oh, I like dum ba da dum. That could be a little melody at the end. I feel like this is one of the ones like we take this part and then we copy paste it and then we add something and then we copy paste it and then we add something and that'd be a nice development for this type of thing. The only problem I have with this one was towards the end the melody got a little bit weird. Can we listen one more time? We'll see if we can nail down the melody and then move on.
Okay.
Okay, so try bum ba da dum bum. I get rid of the e on top on the second measure, beginning of the second measure. Try just muting the e on top, like all the way back to the second measure, like the actual.
Oh,
There you go. Try muting that, and then it gets weird after about CBD. Try a. I want to hear B. Wait, what's our chord here? G. Try
E minor.
BB, BCB or BAB right there. Wait, no, keep the D. Keep the D there.
Okay, wait. B.
A, and then
B A. Why A?
BAB or ABC, just in that area, and we'll see what happens. Oh, I like that. Okay, so ABC, do that because that walks up to D, which is our next note, and then E, which is our next note. We have a little line going on. We'll see what happens,
Okay.
and that also follows.
What were you saying?
That also follows the beginning. Like we had CDE, and then the second half has ABC. I feel like that's
Oh
okay.
yeah.
Let's hear what happens.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I actually might change the rhythm. Like
Okay.
it's just the third measure that gets me, man. For now we can move on for now for the sake of practicing arrangement, but I would definitely fiddle with that.
Okay. And
Um,
and are you is most of these things you just like your ear tells you? Because
yeah,
I think my ear doesn't have that same trainedness
you have to listen
to it.
to more stuff. That's the only answer. I kind of want.
Okay.
I feel almost like a jerk saying, it's like, yeah, I just do this, man. Like, can you hear it? Like, but that's like, if you want your own style, if you want your own sound, if you want
You have
your
to
own decision
listen.
making, you just have to listen a lot, and your ear is going to tell you. If your ear's not telling you, then you're not. I mean, like, what are you? I mean, what are you doing? I could give you formulas. Trust, like, trust me.
No,
I could
no,
tell you how to write like by formula. I
I
could teach a computer
understand.
to do it, but if you,
Yeah,
yeah,
but it's not music making if
yeah,
you're yeah.
it's all you. So you just keep listening to stuff. It'll happen. I promise.
Okay. Yeah, because I do much more actively listen now when I listen to music. I don't think I'm at the point yet where it's like I sit down in front of my computer. Just I have done. You sent me a classical piece a while ago, and I listened to that one just like fully listening, and that one actually helped more than I expected in
Which
terms of
was it? The
just
Piazzolla or the?
it was one sec. Yeah, it was the Piazzolla.
I, I make my picks very consciously. I'm glad you also appreciated him. He's like a random story if I can. Um,
Yeah,
when I
go
was in
for it.
elementary school, we had like this. I think it was once a month. There was some music performer that would come in. They would be like little. They one time it was like a Zydeco band. Sometimes it's like a marching band, like a few members from the
Hmm.
marching band. And one time I remember distinctly, there was some like string group or something, and they played Piazzolla, and I like it was either the Grand Tango or the like or Oblivion, and I can't remember which. It might have been both. And I heard it as a kid, and I was like, oh, that's nice. this classical music stuff, like as far as I was aware, this is kind of cool or whatever, and it meant nothing to me
Hmm.
at the time. And then like I go, I'm doing music kind of by chance. My director just kind of gave me the opportunity. Yeah, you should audition. I get in, and then they're talking about music history, and they play Piazzolla, and I had like this actual like it was
A
beyond
Ratatouille
nostalgic.
moment.
It was literally a movie moment. It's like at the end of Ratatouille when the guy takes the
Yeah,
fight.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
A Ratatouille moment.
literally that happened to me. And then
Yeah,
that was around the time I started. I was like, hey, I need to write music. So
yeah.
yeah, Fiat Solo means a lot to me. It's cool that you appreciate as well.
Yeah.
Okay, how much time do we have?
We have 2 minutes, so
Okay,
not
okay.
not long enough. But okay, so right now I only have three notes
Hmm.
on my little pad. So one way to move to a B section is to change the context behind the melody, change the chords, change the harmonization,
Hmm.
change the rhythm, change the bass. Um, you can move the melody up, down, left, or right. I think we've only really done up or down.
Uh
We
huh.
haven't done left or right yet.
And that's I'm
Um,
glad you brought up left to right. That's a really really good one. Just like start on the upbeat or something. But yeah, keep going, keep going.
does starting up on the upbeat just kind of give it a more, I guess, confident feel?
Try it and find out. And try it on beat starting on beat two and beat three and beat three and a half on beat five. you'll you'll see there's some cool
Here,
opportunities there.
I'll
Just
just
become something different.
literally do that.
But make
Wait,
sure no one
uh,
else is trying to.
yeah, wait. This also has to continue.
I actually kind of like that better than what it was before.
Yeah,
Now it like complements each
it,
other. They fill in each other's gaps.
yeah, it actually is pretty nice. Okay, well, that's good to know.
Yep.
I will definitely mess around with that. And then finally, I have give melody to different instrument.
Mhm.
I'm gonna also write in with a little star next to it, change bass. Um, is there anything else that you would add?
So I would also to add to your notes. So what we all the things you just listed, move it left or right, up or down, give it to a different instrument. Label all of that under. You can call it like displacement. You can call it transition. I wouldn't call it because there's different words for that. But the idea of it is moving, taking something and moving it somewhere else, and that's a good way to condense the idea and also leave it open enough that when you look at something new and you're like, I don't know what to do with this, you can have based on the situation, moving something somewhere else might mean something completely different, like
Yeah.
very very different. But that's a good way to conceptualize that as a group. And then I would also bring another group of these. I feel like we're skipping a few actually, but another group of more distant. Yeah, we'll say these are the distant transformations. Are things like flipping it backwards, flipping it
Hmm.
upside down, which is like invert. I think on your MIDI
Hmm.
options. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
reverse and invert, which would be retrograde or inversion, and then those are more distant ones. And in that category, make sure you know the longer the material you're reversing, the more distant it's going to be. It'll sound like something. It'll be harder to recognize, basically.
Okay. And
And
then what would be things that would there be things that make it um like do the inverse, I guess, instead of displace, like bring you home? I mean, I guess yeah, you use the same rhythm and land on similar, just do same stuff, I guess, if that makes sense.
I'm not exactly sure what you mean on that one.
So with displacement, right,
Hmm.
the goal is to get further away from the home melody. Is does home melody, does that track, or is it more just like the melody? Because like,
So you're trying to make your material just in general that the whole idea that all of the music this A section you're just trying to add some variation to it. These are all means of really development more than variation, but we'll call it well it is development.
so
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 you're
so
just
home
changing
is
the
wrong.
say again.
So the concept of it there being a home is kind of Like, yeah, sure, if you're in A minor, the A is home, but the melody doesn't.
So
Okay,
don't
yeah, I think I understand.
yeah. I wouldn't. I don't know. I wouldn't really think of it as home as much as like in this case we're painters, right? So we're not
Yeah,
thinking about going back to somewhere specific. We're just trying to change our shapes, make it into something more interesting. Like
yeah.
these are completely different scenes, and then we string them. Yeah, we're making different paintings. They're all
Okay,
like we start
yeah.
with a bunch of circles, and then we're animators or something. We take a picture of circles, and then we move all the circles and change the color and change them slowly, and then we
Hmm.
put them together from left to right to make it chronological, and then that tells a story. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing. We just need a different version of what we had before to make, but
Yeah.
we don't want it to be too different because otherwise it's like
It's not, they don't go together.
yeah, it's not a story anymore.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
And keep in mind
Cool.
there's other transformations and tools and stuff between those, but that's those are good go-tos for our close transformation, which is really just displacement, and then our distant transformation, which is the more complicated, well, not really complicated, but the other stuff. And then we'll talk
Yeah.
about some ones in between maybe next time. That'd be cool. And then we'll worry about forms of putting all this into like 3 minutes worth of music or something.
Okay. Yeah, because right now, I'll like with just a little tiny B section for 4 measures, that's a minute of music.
Yeah.
It's so
In a lot of video
I can't,
games, that's enough. That's the full track.
yeah, that's true. All right. Well, hopefully by I don't know, April to May. I'm gonna say by May, I'd like to be able to have a song under my name.
Okay. We could probably. I feel like we could do that faster, but we'll give it. We'll see what
I'm
happens.
I'm giving myself some time because um, who knows what'll happen. I don't know.
Yeah,
Every time I try to extend it, like something new pops up. It's like, oh, it sounds wrong. Like every time.
that's that's normal. You just need to. That's where it turns into craftsmanship, right? The art is like the creative part, and then the craftsman's part is where hey, we made something that's really cool and really creative and really unique, but it's not like it's these jigsaw pieces aren't going to fit together, even though they're really cool. And then we have to be craftsmen
Yeah,
and know how to make them fit.
yeah. All right. Well, I think that's it.
Yeah. All right.
All
Good
right.
job.
Thank you.
What should I do for homework? I feel like I just keep working on this stuff.
Yeah. Well, I've been like I made it a mild goal that every day to every other day I just write something, which might actually be bad for my craftsmanship aspect and much more like the creative aspect.
That's actually
Um,
that's there's nothing wrong with that. Trust me, you're working on both. Trust me. That's really
okay.
good. That's better than what I can do right now. but you should keep doing that. That's actually
Okay.
amazing.
Okay. Cool. Um, I shouldn't. So in terms of that, should I like try to aim for say next week to like extend a song, or should I keep focusing on every day, kind of just like well, actually, like last night, I did something over the course of like an hour. Actually, this thing,
Hmm.
the Saturday night jam, yeah, I'll say jams. Um, I literally wrote this in like an hour. I think everything from the drums to the, you know. Now it was pretty same. I literally copy pasted this to this, but
That's perfectly fine.
um, yeah. So I'm getting pretty speedy at it.
That's cool. That's
And
really good to hear.
now the nice part is when I'm like over a chord, I can just oh, that was not the instrument I wanted. But I can make a little melody,
Yeah.
which is nice. Like it comes more naturally than it used to.
Mm-hmm. Keep listening. Just keep listening.
Yeah.
Uh,
Awesome.
yeah. So for what I'd say for homework is just take these. Like you have more of those that are like kind of in this awkward phase, we like what we just did. See if you can take all the old projects that are kind of stuck and see if you can use these tools as a solution for them. And then we can meet up next
Okay.
time if you've solved enough of them, I guess. Or if there's one that you want help with, we'll do that, and then we'll see if we can take this solved quote unquote like 8 bar loop or 12 bar loop or whatever, and then
Mhm.
make it into something full. That'll be the goal for next time.
Okay. Sounds good. So for this week, try to continue all of these, or the one that that doesn't matter. Try to continue all of these.
Okay. Yeah, if you have trouble with one, we'll work on it next time. But try them all.
Yeah. I really like this Joe Note chords one, but I just can't ever make it work. Anyway, all right. Thank you very much for meeting.
Yeah.
I will see you later. I'm not sure if it's next week or week after, but we'll play it by ear.
Yeah. Just let me know.
Yep.
All right.
All
Later.
right.
Have a good weekend.
Bye. Thank you. You too.